Hey everyone, Penem here again, and today we have yet another episode of Swag, where we review swag for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon TCG games. And today we have the Golden Duelist collection items. So we have the game mat for this collection, we have the deck box for this collection, and we have the sleeves for this collection. At first, I wanted to review the binder as well, but the binder was delayed for some reason, and no stores in my region were able to get their hands on one in time for the release, which is kind of weird. I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but I know that at least in my region, there are none. So, yeah, that's why there was a delay. I was really hoping to get it. I guess that will be a separate video in the near future. Hopefully, but for now, let's start with the deck box. So, okay, that's weird. Little damage, I guess. I don't know if it's to be expected, but that's very disappointing. But we have the deck box. So it's not as shiny as I would expect. Something you guys need to know is that this is basically the same thing as the Japanese version, which I have very near. Just give me a little second. Okay, so the Japanese version is this one. Notice the difference. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! 20th anniversary in Japan, but here in the TCG it is just Yu-Gi-Oh! Nothing more, nothing less. But yeah, so the Japanese one is very blingy, as you guys can see. It actually is foil, while the TCG one has the print of the foil, but doesn't bling as much. Like, it blings far less. The cards aren't even as clear. They're a little darker. I'm actually very disappointed in this. I thought this would have been a lot better for the price it costs. It's like, I think in Canadian money it cost me about $6 or $7, which is kind of very disappointing for this. But the thing that we get that Japanese didn't get is this little separator, which I am actually very disappointed. Wow, okay. So yeah, unless you're very motivated, do not buy this. Buy the Japanese one. This one is actually very, very nice, very smooth, very good condition. You just don't get the separator in it, but you know, you can use other separators. You don't need these ones. It's not blingy. It looks very cheaply cut. Like, very cheaply cut. Like, this could have been a little more to the right. And it would have been better to have the full cape, I guess. But you know, it's not great. It's okay. I'm just disappointed because I had the OCG version first, but yeah, no, it's just not the same. Look how blingy the Japanese one is. And it's not a lighting question. I can switch them. Look, it's still more blingy. Like, you can see the difference. The TCG one is just so much darker. I don't like it. I can't say I like it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it for this price. If it was like this, maybe $5 Canadian, maybe, but it's $7. That's like $2 more plus the taxes of those $2. And here in Canada, there are more taxes than in the States. It's kind of crazy. But the sleeves looked very blingy, just like the OCG ones, which I use inside for my my good old goat deck. So these are the Japanese ones. And these are the TCG ones. The Japanese ones came in a, I would say in a pack of 60 or 70, something like that. I don't quite remember the exact amount. I do have some sealed ones still. I still have a sealed box. I still have a sealed one of these. I even have two sealed boxes and two sealed packs of sleeves because I still have the original ones from the box that they came from. In the said box. You know, collecting is a hobby and it's a little too addictive to me. But yeah, I decided to buy some extra ones from the Japanese version and I do not regret. Sad thing is that you can't mix and match the TCG ones with the Japanese ones because the Japanese celebrate and the TCG does not celebrate. But they look pretty much the same. I have to say the 20th anniversary one looks a little better. Just because it feels a little more, you know, full. The image is more full, it's more complete. If this was a little lower, it would feel a little more complete, you know, because there's this big void at the bottom. What are the cards that are not hidden? We have Plague Spitter, we have Pepe Magician, we have Earth, Big Eye, Dark Arm Dragon. What is that? That's Trap Tricks, Rafflesia? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, well, it's not bad to see those cards a little more, but I mean, Anyways, this is probably the best item between the box and the sleeves. Probably the sleeves is what I would suggest you guys to buy. Even when they're not filled with cards, I can still shuffle them. Yes, I am a professional card shuffler. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I mean, I have a lot of experience, so shuffling is not difficult for me. A lot of players who are new to the game or new to card games in general will have a hard time shuffling in general, so don't quote me on these being good sleeves for everyone. If you have experience shuffling cards, you will enjoy shuffling these for a good amount of time. I don't know about the wear though, if the image will come off pretty easily. I know I've been using the Japanese sleeves for a very long time, ever since the box first came out, which was a few months ago. And my main deck that I use for tournaments, I use those sleeves on, and it's starting to scale off a bit. But the GOAT deck that I use maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, still perfect condition, no scaling, anything. So, yeah. I would probably trust these sleeves to be more satisfactory than the box, as they are blingy, they look good, they come in a pack of 50, so you can easily buy like 2 and have 2 whole decks and side decks, or 1 whole deck, 1 side deck, and 1 extra deck filled with these sleeves, and these cost about $5 or $6. It's a little less than the deck box, so it's a little more affordable, I guess. But yeah, we should probably try to sleeve something in it. Not sure what. You know what? I'll just sleeve something random that has been sitting around, just chilling. Yes, it's a weird flex, I know, but whatever. Fantastical Dragon Phantasme looks fantastic in this sleeve, and I do feel like the resistance is there. It feels protected. I won't bend it totally because that would be crazy. I would ruin a $100 card. It's not $100, but it's close to it at the moment this is being filmed. But anyways, it seems like a very decent sleeve, so I would recommend the sleeve over the box. If you want to have the both of them, go ahead, but I do recommend getting the Japanese box instead. But now, we'll take everything out of the way. The mat is up next, and the mat is the big deal breaker for this thing. It is expensive. It's about $20 Canadian for this. About. I think it was $1 less or so, but I don't want to, you know, advertise prices for a specific shop, because if you guys find it cheaper elsewhere, that specific shop won't get as much, you know, as much clientele. I mean, that would be a little rude of me. I will call out stores that sell stuff at extremely exaggerated prices, but for general stuff, I mean, might as well. This was about $20 at Gamekeeper in Verdun, which is on the island of Montreal. But I think stores usually only ordered 1 or 2 of these and not like a bunch. So let's review it. It is not shiny, which is a problem for me because I have the Japanese one, and the Japanese one looks a lot more presentable. Okay, this is kind of disappointing. It's not as solid as I would have hoped. But hey, we have the mat. So the mat looks good. I mean, I would definitely play on this. There are no zones on it, and there's this weird black row on top and on the bottom, which just cut the cards in half, which is kind of sad. I didn't remember the Japanese one having that. That said, it's been a while, so I could have forgotten. But usually I would assume the cards would be entire, like they would entirely be there. Like this would probably end here, so they wouldn't have another one, but you know, whatever. So it's not shiny, it's not 20th anniversary, it's nothing except lots of awesome old school cards right here, and you can read the names because it's not in Japanese. Oh, and okay, they actually have the rarity of their release. Like, this is obviously ultra rare when it shouldn't be, which is kind of weird. But yeah, whatever. We have Blue Eyes, we have Utopia, Relinquished, Ultimate, Stardust, Borreload, Red Eyes, Scarecrow, Winged. Wow, we have so many of the original good stuff and some more recent good stuff. Overall, the mat is satisfactory. I would recommend the mat. I mean, it's not blingy, but the material is very good. Like, compared to this one, I know this one is very old compared to this newer one, but I haven't used this for anything except video, and I feel the quality of the newer one is better. So Konami might be making some better mats, which is a very big plus for the Yu-Gi-Oh community because everyone likes officially licensed mats. They have this feeling that you don't get elsewhere usually. But yeah, very, very cool. Very, very smooth. I would assume that the cards... Let's try with the official sleeves. It slides off pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. Slides off pretty well. It's not something that, you know, grips the mat, so pretty happy with this. The mat I will probably end up using in the near future, actually. Maybe in videos, maybe in duels, although I do like my zones because of the new link stuff and whatever. But I'm probably going to use this in videos. It looks good. It looks presentable. It's a little dark, but, you know, I already used some very dark stuff. Just a little more colorful. But, you know, yeah. I would recommend the mat. So basically, the mat out of 10, I would give maybe 7, 8 out of 10, which is a pretty decent score, honestly. For $20, I would go for it. If your store sells it for like 25 or 30, do not. That's just ridiculous. That's a ripoff. You could probably find it cheaper online, honestly. Maybe the shipping will be a little more expensive, but you will probably be able to find a better deal online than $30 for this mat. Otherwise, buy the Japanese one. I do think the Japanese one is a little better than this one, if not a lot, but it might also be a lot more expensive because you have to, you know, ship it from Japan, and it's an exclusive thing from a specific box over there, which is not something you buy individually like this one. For the sleeves, I would give about... Well, that's the original one, sorry. For the sleeves, I would give about a 7 out of 10, maybe an 8 as well, just like the mat. But I do like the sleeves a little more. So let's say the mat is a 7 and the sleeves are an 8 out of 10. But, you know, if you play these for casual stuff, it would be a lot more of a good idea than for official tournament stuff. For obvious scaling reasons, you don't want these to scale off and you being called by your opponent for cheating and whatever. So use them for your extra deck, use them for your side deck if you want to switch sleeves or whatever. But these would be some very good extra deck sleeves. Definitely very good extra deck sleeves. It'll bling on the side of your mat when you're playing, like boom, that looks awesome. And yeah, so I would definitely recommend them for something that doesn't require a lot of movement, because you don't want to damage these beautiful looking sleeves. They are decorative more than anything, but you know, you can play with them if you're okay with wasting away $6 or $7 for sleeves every couple months. And for the deck box, I would give a 4 out of 10. It is good quality. You do have a separator in it, so I mean, it's not awful, but for some reason I got one with a hard time collaborating. It's got these little marks and it's not shiny. What the hell? I mean, I'm so disappointed in that fact. Like, the quality is okay, but the actual appearance, like the main reason why you would buy this one over anything else is not satisfactory at all. I mean, for people who don't know the Japanese one, of course, they're not going to be as biased as I am, but when you have the choice, the shiny one looks so much more attractive, so much more time was invested in there. Look, the black has gloss on it. This one looks just like cheap paint. I don't know. Like, you guys can see the difference, right? I'm not crazy, am I? Like, let's switch to the lighting source. You can see that this one has more gloss to it. This way you can't really, but it's just something you see or you don't, you know? Like, you can see that this side is a little brighter, shinier. Anyways, but yeah, this is not as great as I was hoping for. But it's the end of the vid. Let's open one Cross Souls pack for the challenge, where we try to get the Ghost Rare card on top of the pack. Will we get it? Will we not? And, ooh, we got an Ultra Rare. It's not a Ghost Rare, but it's still an Ultra. Settler Knight Zephyr Thuban. A pretty decent Ultra, if you do ask my lowly opinion about old stuff. But, yeah, no, honestly, very decent card. It's been reprinted multiple times. That's why I'm not as excited. But, yeah, hey, first edition Ultra out of a random pack. Well, it's not as random because we have booster boxes of it, but, you know, very nice. Very good pull to end a swag video. Oh, and by the way, guys, quick little announcement. Lately, YouTube removed the giveaway link for Gleam from my videos. I was striked-ish. Like, I got a warning in my emails from YouTube telling me that the site was a source of spam, scam, and or advertisement or whatever. But, you know, I never had any problems before, and I know a lot of YouTubers use Gleam for giveaways. Not YouTubers per se, but a lot of YouTubers in general. So I don't really quite get it, but I might have to stop using the Gleam websites for my giveaways on YouTube. But I will still post the Gleam website on my Facebook, or this channel's Facebook actually, probably on Twitter, and I do have recently made a Instagram account. I don't post anything there, but I might start posting eventually. I don't know if I can post links in and no images, but you know, whatever. But yeah, there is still the giveaway going on at the moment. We have a beautifully sealed Lesser Fiend promo for the month, and we have a small core for Salmon Greats, which is like 2 structure decks. I used some of the better cards for the deck and just put them together in here, so you guys can only you guys can get this pretty easily, but it saves you the money of buying 2 of the structure decks. You only need a 3rd one to complete the deck, which isn't that expensive compared to buying 3. So yeah, the giveaway is still going on. It might be in the description box, it might not be, but go on the Facebook or Twitter of this channel. Probably Facebook would be a better idea. I post a little more things there. The link is on this channel's main page. If you go to Panem's main page, you will find a link to the Facebook, so you guys can always go over there to enter the giveaway. It's free cards. I mean, all you have to do is follow a couple links more than you would have originally had to. But yeah, hopefully you guys will be lucky in this giveaway. I think there's still a few days left, like maybe a week and a half or so. So good luck to you guys. Don't forget to enter the giveaway, and until next time, guys, it's been a pleasure. And Panem out.